Welcome back. All right, let's take a quick look at our question of the day. And this morning, we're asking you about the ANC and DA, of course. We want to know whether you think the ANC will actually meet today's deadline to hand over their complete cadre deployment committee records to the DA. Do you think that's going to happen? And if you want to tell us more about your views on this matter in its entirety, please feel free to do so at Morning Live SABC. And as per usual, we will share some of those views with the rest of our viewers. Moving on to the trending topics. Now, first up, the hashtag Dr. Nandi Pamakutumana. And this, of course, after the court appearance yesterday of all the accused in the Thabo Bester saga. Dr. Nandi Pamakutumana, always up there for her looks, especially since she's been arrested, and people talking about how she's always glammed up for court. But also, along with Nandi Pamakutumana and Thabo Bester, people are talking about their attire, what they wear to court. Certain name brands, and particularly the sweater that Thabo Bester wore in the dock for that appearance yesterday, which was, as per a quick cursory Google search, over 35,000 rand is the value of the sweater that he was wearing. And then people honing in on what Nandi Pamakutumana has been wearing, sweats, and the price of all of these items. People really getting in on that, talking about how it is that someone like Thabo Bester, who's been in prison, can actually afford to wear the expensive clothes that he does when he appears in court. And this is why that one is trending. Then moving on to the next one, Slut. Tensions once more in Slut around crime and criminal activity. And residents again saying that they've been left to their own devices. Police seemingly not coming to their rescue as they under siege from criminals in that area. And the residents once again threatening to take the law into their own hands around a myriad of illegal activities. So tension in Slut once more, and one just hopes that there is speedy intervention to de-escalate those tensions. Moving on to the next one, which is Rustenburg, Rusty, as they say. But Rustenburg trending because of crime levels as well, and people discussing how dangerous Rustenburg has become. And to some degree, there was a little bit of a debate about whether Rustenburg is actually as dangerous as the statistics suggest. Some say no, but others then going on to point out why this is indeed the case, given the size of the population and the criminal activity that has been reported, at least officially. So that particular discussion also raging on, along with signs that were put up about criminal activity in certain spots. Hijacking, for example, is said to be on the rise in Rustenburg. So that conversation raging on Twitter. And then finally, hashtag Sodi. This is Edwin Sodi. Now, interestingly, this is something that I mentioned to Leanne yesterday. And people on Twitter are now going on to ask, why hasn't there been a forensic audit of all the tenders that have been offered or awarded to Edwin Sodi, and look at how many of those have actually been completed. And some people are drawing Venn diagrams there to illustrate some of the contracts, the tenders that have been awarded to him, worth hundreds of millions of rands, and in many instances, little to nothing to show for it. So this is why Edwin Sodi is trending. So those are our trending topics for this morning.